What's up, everyone? This is Marty of Team Beige, and today I'm here with
The kid.
the kid.
We're here with the kid.
He just 2-0'd my ass, so we're here with the profile, and he's probably getting top 4. So, yeah, tell us what you're playing.
So we're playing yugioh dragonlink, and that's the timer. So we're playing yugioh dragonlink. I saw this profile online, and I tweaked it a bit because I figured out what's good and what's not. So pretty standard for most of the stuff. We play 3 safer. It's nothing to really explain about that.
Could you flip it around? Flip it. So
yeah.
it for us. Yeah.
So I play 3 safer.
Perfect.
Pretty standard. Dragonlink. If you don't have 3, you're weird. For the rocket cards, we play 2 tracer. I think some people like to play 3 just to have more consistency or whatever. But I think 2 is fine because they're searchable, and I mean there's not really a point in having 3.
Cool.
Moving on with the rockets, we have 1 recharger and 1 synchron. I don't think you need any more of that because this can summon that, and this is just kind of like a placeholder for like your quick launch and anything else in case you don't want to have the extra tracer out.
Sure.
And then the recharger is just good for your synchros, mainly because this guy specials this, and then you go into your synchros, either Borload or the other guy that I'm not talking about. But yeah, that concludes it for the rockets. Pretty simple, nothing crazy about that. And then for the 1-0s, we just play the standard counterparts, white dragon, black dragon. Nothing to really explain about that. This searches that searches that. They're interchangeable with like chaos space and regained and stuff. Continuing, we have Nocto, 2 Noctos. I think it's good to draw into and to search off of sometimes because when you have Safer and you want to get an extra card in your hand that you can special because you have the Visuals, you can activate the Safer, sending the Absolouter Dragon, and then searching the Nocto, triggering the Absolouter, and then using this to summon itself when you summon a Visual.
Sure.
And then, like I said, 1 app, so this searches your Tracer when you use it to buy Ravine, or if you just draw into it. And then going into the level 8s, we play 1 Levineer and the big boy. This guy is absolutely insane. This guy is absolutely insane as well. This guy just gets any one of your banished dragons. He can summon himself afterwards, and he's board white, despite like the life point loss. And then this guy, he pops 2, he can rip a card, and he can special from grave. I don't know why nobody plays this. If you don't play this, it's not considered Dragonlink. And then moving into the Bestial engine, I played 2 Lubellion because it saves me $80 and you don't really need a 3rd one. So yeah, I just played 2 Lubellion. It searches all of your other Bestials, pretty standard, nothing to say about that. Standard Bestial engine, 3 mags, 3 Druid Swarms, and 2 of the Sarniers. 3 mags because they search, these send, and you can side them out in case you don't really need 3. And then these 2, they can send any one of your Bestials and even the branded. So if you have the Beast or the Regained, you can send the Regained, use the Beast to bring back the Regained and get an extra one. So I think 2 is just fine.
Very nice.
For the branded spell and trap, yep, I just explained Beast and Regain, pretty standard, nothing much to say about that.
Sure.
And moving on to these spells and traps for the deck, we play 3 quick launch, pretty standard, just gets an extra body on the board for any one of your rockets. Yeah, it's just a free body basically. And then we have the 3 mandatory chaos space. This card is absolutely insane. It basically just searches, it can search Rebellion, it can search your babies, it can search anything. It's absolutely insane. And it recycles your babies so that when you special summon your white dragon and then your black dragon, you recycle those, and then you can just reuse it to get an extra card as well.
Sure.
And then for the 1-0s, we play the 1 Ravine and then 1 Sector. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. This sends the Absolouter search, and then this is just special summons your rockets.
Nice.
And then for the hand traps, these can really go either way. I like to prioritize Nib all the time for the slots of the hand traps. You can really change them out, test them out how you want. And then I play 3 Evenlies. You can really choose to play anything depending on like the people you play. I find this to be more effective because I went up against like Branded and mainly Branded today, and they didn't. I just evenly their board and they couldn't really do much. They had Mirror Jade, but with 1 Vanish, it didn't really do much against this deck. So evenly was really good.
You almost never get like Gimmick Puppet or anything because you have the Visuals, right?
Yeah. And then I just play 1 Feather Duster because Labyrinth's still a thing these days, and I have an extra slot. So, I mean, Feather Duster just protects it from getting, like, trap tricks, anything really that just utilizes traps.
Nice. 40 cards?
Yes, 41 actually.
41? Okay. Nice.
And then moving on to the extra deck, most of this is pretty standard, right? Token. We have we have one Striker Dragon, one Pisty, one Quad Boral, and for the other two we have one Dondrus and one Romulus. Those are just your single Dragonlink cards. These are pretty self-explanatory. This searches your boot. This gets an extra special. This gets an extra special by popping this card, and then this guy comes back after you special summon 2 rockets. So it's basically just like another free body. And then this searches your ravine. This is absolutely necessary, and then you just use it for Boral load and anything else really. But that's just the main one of for the Dragon Link cards. And then the other two, the 2 seal. This card's absolutely insane. Seal pass. Best move you could possibly do in this deck, really.
It's literally anti-nib also.
Exactly.
And then want to nib that.
And then for the non-Dragon Link 2s, I play 1 IP and 1 Dark. These two are very situational. You don't really utilize them a lot in your deck as much, but I mean, like, they're very situational. Like I said, this guy can, if you have the extra cards to summon them, you just get this guy out. So once you use all your negates, you just use this guy and then use all your cards and bring out something even better. So it's really nice. And this guy just gets an extra Dark summon. Like I said, you have to play someone that's actually playing Darks, like Brandon or something like that. But it is good.
I love my deck.
Nice.
And then moving on to the Link 3s, we play 1 Triple Burst. This card is absolutely amazing. And then the 1 Nightmare. This card protects yourself from evenly. So if you're like, you know your opponent's going to be playing evenly, this guy protects it because it's during the battle phase. And it can pop itself to get a guy back from the grave in case you don't really need it at the time. And then Unicorn's pretty standard. It's just a pop on the field. Nothing really much to say about that.
Triple burst.
Triple burst is great.
And then for the Link 4, we play 1 Access Code. I think this card is like extremely necessary because they can't respond to it really, and it gains an enormous amount of attack. It's just really good. So Access Code's really well because it can pop anything. So, and then for the last Link, the best card in the extra deck and the best card in the deck, Borland. I had people forfeit as soon as I summoned the card because they couldn't out it in any way because it's a monster negate, it's a special summon, it can attack over all their monsters, it can't be targeted, it can't be destroyed by battle. It's just, this card has way too much stuff in it that people just like look at it and say, game 2. So yeah, that one was really helpful today. And then for the 2 synchros, we play Savage, this is pretty standard, and then the Archfiend. This card saved me today in getting the top 4 because I lost 1, we were going into time, and I was able to finish my main phase, and I used this guy. I popped all my cards, and he took the damage for it, so I was able to utilize this guy really well. So I think this guy is really important to have if you're going into time, and even if you're not going into time, this guy really clears boards, gets everything out, and then this guy's just in the gate. So it's fairly simple for the things. You can change this out. I think having it though is like really good because, like I said, it's a board wipe, and because not many things go over 3K, and if they are at 3K, it still pops themselves. So it's still really good. But that concludes it for the main deck and the extra deck.
Sure.
And then moving on to the side deck. The side deck's kind of screwy because I didn't spend much time on the side deck because I don't really care about the side deck.
It's that good.
So the first 2 to 4 cards, you can really choose what you want to play. I play 1 Sekka and 1 Raw Sphere mode because I mean I don't want to buy 2 more of these. And I don't feel like buying 2 more of these, so I just play 1 of each because I had 1 of each. So yeah. And then for these 2, I play 2 Ashes for Brandon. I don't think you need to main deck these because it's only situational, and it's mainly really effective for Brandon and anything else in specific. So I think these 2 are just good to have it too. You can play them at 3, but I choose to play them at 2. And then these are kind of controversial. 3 Lightning Storms. I find that these situational, but still really good because they can clear back row and clear main monster zones. If you go into game 1 and you see that your opponent's like summoning all their guys out with like full attack positions monsters, you take the game 2 because you'll probably go first, and then in game 3 you know what to do with these guys because if they're summoning all the guys in attack, you Lightning Storm, and if they choose not to summon all of the attack and they set back row, this guy gets rid of back row too.
Sure.
And then these guys, next ones, 3 Rulers. I absolutely love this card because I mean, like, when they set up a full board, they're like play Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm like, okay, I ruler the board. I get rid of everything, and they either forfeit or they have a very hard time getting out of it. So I think rulers, despite like they're not being able to take damage, it's basically like a card that can just essentially say, even though you're going second, you basically went first. So it's really good. And then
Dark World, I don't have to deal with that.
the unmatching rarity D-barriers, because I don't want to buy 2 more of the other ones, and I'm here to play Yu-Gi-Oh. So the D-barriers are extremely good against Kashira and Branded. Even though I didn't play against Kashira, I played against Branded. I drew into D-barrier from my Chaos space, and I activated it, and they just scooped, and I won 2-0. So it's a really good card.
Nice.
But that concludes it for the whole deck list.
Awesome. What were your matchups today?
So I'm gonna try and remember as best I can. I had 2 Branded. I had a Sword Tool match, and that's where this guy came in because he was burning me, and I went first. I learned from my mistake last time because this guy, I was gonna go into the top 4, but since I didn't use this guy, I didn't go into the top 4. And so I learned from my mistakes, and I used him to burn him, and he scoops, and we tied. So I was able to get higher up than I was if I just didn't use him. So I had Sword Soul, I had Branded, and then I don't remember what the other one was, but I think it was mainly just Branded and Sword Soul that I was going up against today. And then I went up against Evil Twin as well.
Yeah.
Don't make him think too hard. He's got a math test tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, any shout-outs for the end of the video, or?
No, not really.
All right. Well, congratulations on 4th place, and this is Marty with Team Beige, and I'm signing out. Peace.